Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Bounty Cast. My name is Josh Bird 987, otherwise known as Josh, otherwise known as TrapAllen, and I am here today with my good friend and co-host. Co-host always feels weird to me to say.
That's
Co-host
fine.
is weird.
No, that's cool. Yeah, we're
Just
co-hosts.
say because that's just a co-host always feels like I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Anyways, with my fantastic co-host, Warbird 987, otherwise known
Also,
as Zach Bird 987.
or Zach Allen.
Zach Allen. Zach Allen. That actually sounds not too bad.
It sounds like a real name.
Steal my name, see what happens. But anyways, today, everybody, this is the third episode of the Bounty Cast, and we are going
Boop,
over
boop.
the upcoming Star Wars movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
We're gonna not go into any of the rumored ones, but we will definitely, we'll touch on all the ones that are confirmed. We'll touch on all the ones that have
Just a
confirmed
little
dates
bit.
and trailers. We'll gloss over some of the other ones, some of them we hope don't ever happen, such as the Ryan Johnson trilogy.
Yikes.
Never exists. We hope that Disney executives strike that down after the terrible episode 8. But we with Kathleen Kennedy in charge, what did you expect besides mediocrity? So we're gonna get right into it. And I'm going to scroll down my list right here. We'll throw the link in the description below. We were using this ET Online just because they had little biops. They had when it was coming on board, and they have the title and the trailer. So thank you, ET, for doing that. All the work for us, so I didn't have to compile it beforehand. So the first project that I see coming up on here is going to be the 2021 release of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Zach, what are you thinking about the Bad Batch? You've watched the Clone Wars. I've watched the Clone Wars. The Bad Batch is a really cool addition to that final season. What are you thinking on the Bad Batch?
I think that could be a really fun show. I think that they can do quite a lot with that since we literally only saw them for like a couple episodes. Um, I'm curious to see because I'm imagining it'll be the Bad Batch fighting against the Empire. That kind of sounds like where they're gonna go with that. So I'm interested to see what they do with that. But I don't know. I'm excited for it, but I'm also hesitant because I don't know how exactly they'll space it out time wise. That's the one thing I'm kind of worried about. But other than that, I like the characters. I like the Bad Batch. Should be fun to see how it goes. What about you?
Yeah, I'm reading a little description they have right here. I mean, they say like take on daring mercenary missions as they struggle to stay afloat and find new purpose. But I feel like that's like, especially like I haven't read them, but like there's the Imperial Commandos books. I think within Legends and stuff, and I realize Star Wars doesn't say they're canon, but the struggles that I think a lot of these higher purpose clones kind of have, and like they're like Delta and Omega have to deal with it, and obviously the Bad Batch have to deal with it. But it's like why did we just murder all the Jedi? Like I didn't see them doing anything wrong. I think that's what a lot. I think since the typical clone doesn't really isn't allowed to think that way, whereas like the higher, I guess, thinking clones are like I didn't see him doing anything wrong, and I'm the person doing all the dirty jobs. You know what I mean? They're just like, I don't know why we did that.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
like how Rex
it'll
felt
be
after attacking
it'll
Ahsoka.
be yeah, it'll be very intriguing to see the mentality behind that. And I know it's going to be in the Clone Wars animated style, and I'm really hoping we're going to have a return to that kind of like darker kind of animated storytelling because as you know, and not what our listeners may not know, is I am not a fan of Rebels. I think Rebels is real kidded down. I've probably said that in a previous podcast, but I think like, and that's why I've never been able to get on Rebels because they smooth out the lines. It's not like that deep, detailed storytelling. I think to the extent
Yeah, 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 yeah.
so. But I think Bad Batch will be sweet, and there is a trailer if anybody wants to check it out. So that I think it'll be really cool. Scooting on is to what a spoiler alert. So if you want to, you can skip to the next timestamp. That I assume that my boy Zach will throw up on the video. But for the Book of Boba Fett, December 2021 on Disney Plus. I believe it's is it a TV show or is it gonna be a movie?
It
I thought I
sounded to
saw
me like it would be a TV show. I feel like the format would
yeah.
work best as a TV
I thought
show.
I saw I think originally I thought they hinted at it being a movie, but TV show. But I mean, the synopsis of it is basically, again, spoiler alert: you get to the end of Mandalorian season 2, and at the very end, Boba Fett, after the credits, marches in the Jabba's palace, kills that fat bastard, whatever his name is, and he's taken over. So Boba Fett, and I know we had a discussion about it before. It looks like Boba Fett might be taking, maybe he's taking a long term, stable job. Maybe he's like, you know what, I'm finally
Settling
gonna settle
down.
down. I'm settling down. I got my girl Fennec over here. It's nothing too serious, but I want to settle down, have a stable income. So maybe Boba Fett's gonna go. Maybe I was gonna say he's gonna go clean, but let's be
He's
honest.
hoping for that 9 to 5. He's like, I'm tired of this. I want a 9 to 5 job. I want an accounting job.
He wants discounts on his spice, but
Yep.
Boba Fett's
Good spice,
so
cheap
I
price.
think that's gonna be really that's gonna be excellent though. I think that's gonna be really cool. I wonder. I'm curious if it has any ties to the what's it called, the Bounty Hunter Wars books. I'm really curious because I know those are out there. I don't know. I think on the timeline it matches up. I think it runs up. The timeline is so wonky because if you look at Legends and you look at can nowadays canon, some of the stuff doesn't line up all the time, but
Yeah, that's
whatever
fair.
works. But,
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'm excited to see more of Boba Fett and his freshly painted armor because I think the colors look sick. Um, and it's going to be basically the same style as The Mandalorian, is my understanding. So, I mean,
really cool.
yeah, I feel like that's almost a guaranteed success right there.
There.
Yep.
I think the one thing though is, with a New Year's resolution, I think Boba Fett needs to hit a gym.
Yep.
Uh,
I mean,
he's a big guy.
the guy's like
He's a big
60
guy.
some years old or something like that,
Yeah.
the actor, so
He's
it makes
not
sense.
fit. Yeah, so but luckily most of it can be done with a stunt double. So, but yeah,
Exactly.
scrolling on down, Mandalorian season 3. We won't touch on that far too much, just because Mando season 3. We know it's coming back. We in our season in review podcast from last week. I believe, Zach, what we said is we are gonna probably see Bo-Katan and Din Djarin teaming up to kind of go do the Mandalore things. Kind of going back to Mandalore to free the people. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. Just because there's not, they left us with a cliffhanger, but the cliffhanger doesn't really leaves the mind to your or leaves it to your imagination.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we have an idea, we can make a guess at what they're going to be doing with the characters, but we can't say for sure what we think is actually going to happen. We got to kind of wait to see what happens. But either way, like you said, it's exciting. It's going to be fun. I'm personally, I'm really excited for it. I like The Mandalorian. I like the way it tells the story. So
Mandalorian, man, you should see all my Mandalorian Funko Pops, and I got a Mandalorian Lego for Christmas.
God
I
damn.
got all sorts of stuff, dude. I love the Mandalorian, so I'm
Makes
excited to
sense.
see how that goes. John Favreau, or Favreau. Well, I say his name wrong the first time. When I say it after a while, I say it
John Farba.
John Favreau and Dave Filoni. They're gonna lead us to the promised land, I think, again in season 3, and I'm excited to see where this takes us. This gives them a whole blank canvas. So if they can do it again, give the man the keys to. I don't even want. No,
Give him the
don't give him the keys to.
just give him a little bit more responsibility. Make him do a trilogy instead of someone that we'll talk about later. Boo.
Yeah. Who created Rose as a character? Just remember that.
Bad character.
Remember, the guy who created Rose is the person they want to make another trilogy with. So just remember that, Mister I hate capitalism, man. Like, regardless of political beliefs, no one cares.
Yeah, it was a forced message. It was boring.
And slavery. It's like we all know these things. People's opinions on these things. But it's like we just don't need to have it jammed down our throats in Star Wars. Like let's enjoy.
Yeah, I just want to see space wizards wield laser swords.
Yeah, is that too much to ask for? I don't care about capitalism. I just want to hear about the space wizards. So.
Yep, space wizards.
But anyways, going on down, what I think Zach is most excited about is the Ahsoka Tano TV show.
Hell yeah.
And,
Love Ahsoka.
and then the bottom they say Here we go. It says, if that previous appearance was any indication, the series will mark another long-awaited live-action debut, that of villainous Grand Admiral Thrawn, the big blue giant.
Amazing.
We got.
Holy
It's
cow.
probably not. That's not what he's called, but I thought it'd be funny to say.
Big blue
So
giant, yeah.
we got Thrawn coming on in hot. So
Hell yeah, we do. It's gonna be amazing. Thrawn will be interesting to see on on the screen. He's just like I've said in like our previous episodes. He's a genius. He's a master
yeah,
tactician, and to see him going through that process
yeah.
on live action is gonna be amazing.
I think this will be technically the first. Will make the Chiss canon, correct? Once Thrawn is in.
Well, technically,
I think just mentioning him makes the Chiss.
the Chiss are canon. The Thrawn books have been out for a while, and they've been labeled as canon, ever since the first one.
I don't even know
So
anymore because
they're definitely canon.
bought the
It'll be
rights
sweet.
to Revan, and they're like, "Oh, that's canon now." But at the same time, it's like, but they never mention the other. I feel like Disney doesn't understand what canon is, and they're just like, "Oh, well, we like this." And I remember me and my brother were talking about it the other day, and they were talking about how they might make 7, 8, 9 not canon, and I'm like, they probably should.
That would be ideal. It was so bad.
Just get rid of Rey in general. Make her.
Yeah, just make it a Legends.
Yeah, I
Do a Legends spinoff.
apologize, Ray cosplayers, but you're gonna lose. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to go home and cry. Go pick a better female protagonist.
Ahsoka.
You have Ahsoka. You have Leia.
She's awesome.
You have Padme. You have plenty
Yeah.
to choose from.
Yeah, don't choose the overpowered demigod.
Go to.
Don't choose the overpowered demigod who didn't have to train except for like 2 days to become an absolute god in the Force and lightsaber wielding.
Rock a couple times with a lightsaber, and she becomes a
And yep,
Jesus Christ. So.
yep, that's amazing. Wow, 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 wow. So
Yeah.
such a good character, so much development. I love it. Yeah,
Oh my God, her personality.
it really shows.
She's as fun as a cardboard box, and
I love cardboard boxes.
So.
Hell yeah.
And
The Force is cardboard.
This is a little off topic here, but I was also having the discussion, and I think Daisy Ridley. I want to say she's a pretty decent actress.
I agree.
I think that I don't think she's the best, but I think she had a lot of passion for the role. But I think they did Daisy Ridley dirty too, just like they did John Boyega.
They definitely did her dirty.
They wrote her such a one-dimensional character. That's less dimensions than a piece of paper, mind you. A one-dimensional character that even Daisy Ridley, I think, was upset because she's like, "Oh, I was excited for the development of my character, and basically that never happened."
Yeah, that was the worst part.
And it's like it sucks because even Luke Skywalker, I don't think ever truly is a developed character, even at the Luke Skywalker trilogy. You know what I mean? Like he's never truly developed. And really, Mandalorian is the first piece of Star Wars medium that actually shows a matured, primetime Luke Skywalker. So, just throwing it out there as a little thought.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think
A little fancy, so.
they did her dirty. They definitely did.
They did.
She
I
could've
think
been
Rey
good.
would have been really cool as not a sidekick, but maybe like a co-Jedi character who
Yeah. I think if her and Finn were...
"Oh, is it because she's a woman? Like there were, Shakti, Luminara Abduli. There's Ahsoka Tano. How many incredible women Jedi were there that were especially highlighted in the Clone Wars that were awesome, wise. Especially I know with Luminara, Anakin really looked up to her.
Yeah.
I know Shakti and the deleted scenes for Revenge of the Sith. I believe that she was the target Anakin went to the Jedi Temple to mainly kill because he knew that she was powerful enough to defeat them. So there were powerful women Jedi. And they brush it off no, Rey's the powerful woman Jedi. No.
No, it's the women Jedi who trained for a long time and they ranked their way up through the actual Jedi system and became absolute badasses. They were so cool. They did such a good job in that thing. But yeah, maybe we're going off on a bit of a tangent. Maybe we should move on to the next one if you want to go ahead and introduce that.
2, Rangers of the New Republic, which is TBA on Disney Plus, but that's gonna be in our TV show. Oh, one quick thing I want to say about the Ahsoka show though is that our boys Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni will be directing it, so it will be good. We have no worries. Ahsoka Tano locked up. Give it the Golden Globe or whatever award they give to that shit, and it's locked in. But on top it says Dave Filoni and Favreau are also going to be doing
Dynamic duo.
Rangers of the New Republic. So they are.
Ooh.
So I think the Disney execs know that they are a gold mine of.
Hell yeah, they are.
Great Star Wars minds here, and we're gonna throw them into Rangers of the New Republic, which they want to say. I think that they were saying that it might be those two guys that saved Mando in season 2 in the ice cave. I'm not sure if that's gonna be it, but it'd be funny if it was, just because Dave Filoni literally played one of those guys. And so it'd be funny if he
That'd
was
be
directing,
amazing.
and it's almost like a Tarantino where he like has this like small role that becomes larger, and he's like,
Yep,
oh, I
yep.
guess I gotta play a character in my own TV show. So, but they're also saying that maybe Cara Dune could be involved in this, which would be
That'd
pretty
be
cool.
cool. I'd like to
Yeah,
see more of her.
I'd love to see. I think she has a lot more development as a character to do, because I feel like they developed her enough to where she did her purpose and Mando.
Yeah.
She was a good character, but I would definitely like to see more.
Heck
That's a very
yeah.
good example of a well developed female character, along with like Ahsoka, that I think will be awesome to bring back, and I think is.
Yeah.
Her toys will actually be sold, not like Rose's, where it's like they had to take it off the shelves because it's unprofitable. But Ryan
Yeah,
Johnson,
Cara Dune is a badass. She's just
yeah.
awesome. She's fun to watch in action. She's a tough, badass bitch. You know?
Oh yeah,
She's not taking shit
definitely.
from anybody. She'll beat the
Yeah.
shit out of it. Like it's that's how you
Well,
make a
shit,
good character.
when Gideon goes to blow his own brains. Oh, spoiler! Oh well, you missed.
They should have watched it by now.
Yeah. If you didn't watch it by now, I apologize. Don't hate me. But Gideon, I will go in more detail now. Spoiler alert! Skip to the next if you're nervous. But Gideon tries to blow his brains out, and Cardone basically smacks the guy hands and knocks his ass out, which is pretty funny. So, well, not the suicide part, but obviously getting his ass beat by Cara Dune just in literally a fraction of a second was pretty funny. So, but Rangers of the New Republic, lots of potential here. I think that a lot, maybe some more X-wing action, some more maybe that space combat, more stuff like that. So it'll be interesting to see more of the New Republic side, because the New Republic, as you know, is kind of a mess for their entire history. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean, then they just go immediately into the what I'd prefer not to be canon First Order.
yeah, the first. And it just doesn't make sense. Well, we can get into that a different day. We'll talk about.
Yeah, we'll do that a
We'll do
different
a
day.
Star Wars video on the timeline and maybe how some of these shows don't make a lot of sense. So, but going into the next project is Andor, which is based on Cassian Andor, who is a rebel spy for the not rebel spy, technically New Republic spy. Uh, I think this is the formative years of rebellion. Sorry, I got my timeline wrong there, but he is indeed a rebel spy. Uh, there's a trailer out for everything, 2022. So this is a show that actually, and they were talking about all these other shows that are going to come out earlier, but Andor is actually in production already. It's going to be a 12 episode
Oh dang.
series. And so, we're going to see appearances. This by Mon Mothma is going to be in there. One of the earlier rebel leaders. I don't know who K2SO is, but it should be super cool just to see another aspect of the rebellion, because again, you learn a lot about the Empire through 4, 5, and 6. Kind of like how they kind of run, how they're operating, but the rebellion almost in tune, or in turn the New Republic never really gets explained, and even in the new movies they never explain, you know who they are. Like they literally just like the most you get to know is that one of their capital worlds was, I forgot what it was called, but they blow them up instantly. So it's like you
Yeah.
literally get
Yeah,
to learn
that's it.
nothing about the New Republic at all,
Yeah, like what are they? How do they
outside of
operate?
that they're cannon fodder. So
Yeah, it just they didn't really do much with it, so it's like it'll be nice to actually see them expand on that topic because, I mean, what is the New Republic? I mean, if Luke goes into Luke was instrumental in helping the Republic win, and everybody knew he was a Jedi. So, do they like just allow him free range to find Force sensitives? Like,
yeah,
what
and
happens
that's
with
a
that?
and that's another big part. Like, and I think a lot of people, especially with timeline questions, I guess too, is if you look at like I know a lot of times like with the New Order, it weirdly lines up with like it has a weird alignment with like the new Yuzan Vong and that show up and stuff, and I know Mandalorian happens prior to that, and so like and people were trying to do, and this is we can mention this in like a fan theory video real quick, but they say that, oh, look at Captain Phasma has the Mandalorian spear, because that's his Beskar spear, but like they confirm that it's not. But like it wouldn't make sense anyways, even if they tried to write that into existence, because that would make Cap Phasma like literally 80 years old, because
Yeah,
he's
it should
so
be
as
old
it's
as shit.
because he gets it before Yuzan Vong, And so Luke Skywalker is probably 40 to 50 years older in those movies than he is after he takes on the Yuzan Vong. And I'm like, it just doesn't make any sense. So I don't even know. A lot of these fan theories, I think, are people who don't really more like I feel like some of these casual Star Wars fans, I think, and that's not a hate on casual Star Wars fans, but I think some of them are trying to make these giant leaps and bounds, and it's like it doesn't make any sense. So
Yeah, so I think that this Andor, I think it'll be a good kind of segue into learning more about what is going on with this timeline. Like,
yeah,
what in the world is actually happening? I feel
yeah,
like it'll be good to kind of develop that a bit and help us understand a bit more what they were trying to do with all of it. Because I
yeah.
think
It
I
should be
think
good
that's
to piece
huge.
in some more places, like Rogue One did. Rogue One definitely, I think, was a good movie,
Yeah, it was
just
good.
because it pieced in a big thing like like the Death Star plans. How did we get there? You know, that kind of stuff. So,
Yeah, I
but all
agree.
right. I'm gonna scroll on, and I'm gonna say this is my favorite project that's coming up because
I
I'm
can
a big
agree with
fan of
that.
this man. But we got the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, TBA. But let's be honest, this is gonna be amazing because not only are we gonna have Ewan McGregor returning as our boy Kenobi, but we also
Yeah,
got
or
Hayden Christensen signed up to
the
play Vader.
dynamic duo
Like,
coming back.
damn, I am so excited. I don't know. Does Favreau say he's doing this one too? I hope they do. I hope they get Favreau. It says production will begin in March 2021. I'm really hoping to see some
Oh man,
Favreau,
that would
Dave
be
Filoni,
ideal.
if they are indeed the ones working on this. You
Yeah,
know.
if they get their hands on that, you know it's gonna be great, and they're gonna do them some justice. Like that would make
Oh, they have Deborah Cho is going to be directing this, so
Deborah Chow.
it's
Oh, I haven't. What has she done before? I'm not that
let
familiar with her.
let me look her up real quick, my friend. I will go Deborah Cho because I actually did not even notice her name was in here. I feel I've seen her do some other stuff before. Let's see what she's done.
Oh, it looks like she's a
She's done
writer for The
some.
Mandalorian and Better
So
Call
she's done stuff
Saul.
for Mandalorian.
Okay, okay, I'm excited for that.
It looks like she has a movie with the guy who played Freddie Mercury in in that
Hmm.
one
Yeah, I
show.
know what you're talking. Let me see. So, it says she did Chapter 7, The Reckoning. That was a good episode in
Yeah,
season 1. Okay, okay. So I'm actually so now that I know ex- exactly who she is, that sounds pretty awesome.
yeah. So
Like,
she has quite the resume behind her. I mean,
yeah, I'm actually
she
pretty
hasn't been
excited for this.
she hasn't been a long term person on anything, but she's done a lot of stuff. You know, she's done a lot
Holy
of different things.
cow.
So it'll be intriguing to maybe bring in a new person to do it. I hope she. I think it says that she has worked with Ewan before, which will be good because I think he
Yeah, I
definitely
think that'll
provided a
be
lot of direction for the character as well. So,
that'll be
not much to
huge.
say on it. Again, it's there's not a lot of details, but I am excited that there will be a Kenobi series, or there will be a Kenobi series.
I agree. I think it'll be fun. Everybody wants to see Ewan McGregor back.
Yes, I do.
We
And
want
then the next
Kenobi.
one, oh, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off there, brother.
You good?
But I'm gonna scoot on to the next one, and that is the Acolyte. And this is, I think, a pretty big, Star Wars TV show film. I'm not sure. Oh, it is a series. It is a series, and it's gonna be interesting because what it's gonna do is this is gonna be the first time. Well, I shouldn't say it's gonna basically be a film adaptation of the end of the High Republic. So we're gonna have a film, coming out relatively around the time or relatively soon after the out on the High Republic. So I'm really curious to see, because I know a lot of people had some very, high criticisms of the High Republic because remember the storyboard they had no war and they had a lot of these I guess PC topics on it that were making people nervous that it was going to be Ryan Johnson's version of a book where
Oof.
we talk about political issues and a lot of people are nervous.
Yikes.
So I mean I'm probably going to read the book when it comes out. I want to definitely pick it up and give it a read. um, but the Acolyte, it definitely, it could it be being, I guess, new Star Wars media, the truly new Star Wars media, or the first one after the newest trilogy. This could be their chance to, basically say, turn the clock back, saying, you know what, we definitely messed up with that trilogy. That trilogy is god awful. We're sorry. Here is a new series on some new Star Wars media, and we're really hoping that it's gonna not piss anybody off. So
Yeah, I think it'll be pretty exciting to see because I know they kind of briefly discussed the High Republic era, and I think it'll be a lot of fun to see what they do with that because I mean, I'm gonna be honest. My favorite time in Star Wars is when there's a ton of Jedi, when there's the Clone Wars series, when
Oh
there's
yeah.
just hundreds upon hundreds of Jedi's, and there's just so many different people, and it's just exciting. It's exciting to see that kind of stuff, and so I think that seeing something with the High Republic will be
Yeah.
pretty amazing. I'd love to see what they do with that because I think that getting a little bit more information and seeing that
Yeah.
develop would be so much fun. I think that
Yeah.
would just be phenomenal.
Yeah, and it's definitely a big turning point between the old Republic and the Republic that most people know from the movies too. Because basically, with the old Republic, you know how they're if you've read the old Republic books, especially if you I mean even just I've only read Revan, but even off of just reading Revan, you've learned kind of like the style of the Jedi Council during that time period.
Yep.
To like in comparison to the newer Jedi Council that you see in the movies with like Mace Windu and Yoda, and I know in the High Republic, Yoda will be around this one. We will see a young Yoda, so I'm hoping that we
That'll
can
be
see some
sweet.
Yoda action thrown into the High Republic.
Who doesn't like a little green guy flipping around, swinging a laser sword? I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah, he won't get gassed in like 2 minutes either. So, because this will be,
Yeah,
this will be 300 or 400 year Yoda.
this would
This will
be
be young
prime
Yoda,
time Yoda.
prime time
Damn.
Yoda. Imagine that. Imagine the LeBron James, but it's Yoda. So
Yeah.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see it. I'm hoping to see it. They got to throw it in there. And they mentioned that it's going to be a female protagonist, which I'm going to be curious to see who they're going to choose to
Yeah,
lead this. So,
I'm excited. There's so much you can do with that. I wonder if they'll do a human protagonist or if they'll kind of branch out, do someone kind of like I think they could do someone like Luminara, her species. I think that if they did something like that, that could be kind of cool to have someone who's a humanoid and doesn't look all that different from like a regular
or like
human. But
or maybe like a Twi'lek
yeah, Twi'lek would be
species where it's
sweet
like
too.
'cause the Twi'lek are like because they have a lot of hardship. They get
Yeah,
taken
they get
places.
screwed a
Especially in the
ton.
Old Republic, the Twi'leks are really poorly treated.
Yeah, they're just
So
dumpstered on.
yeah, it's gonna be I'll be curious to see. So,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna scroll on down, and we do have a confirmed date for this one, December 22nd, 2023. It's a long way away, but we got the Patty Jenkins film of Rogue One or Rogue Squadron. So I mean, you lead on this. You lead on.
Whew,
What do you think?
whew, okay. Okay, this one I think it's exciting. I mean, who doesn't want to see more about starfighter pilots? Everybody likes the starfighter battles. You can't say that even the CGI used during the prequel trilogy
It was
for
good.
that that was exciting. It's awesome to see these massively complicated to the point potentially even there's just so much going on and seeing these
The voice
massive
sometimes even
battles.
sucks.
It's amazing. It's sweet because you think about it. We're talking about organizations that spread across the entirety of a galaxy. I mean, there's so many living beings within each of these. That's how these battles should be. They should be massive. They should be chaotic. And I just feel like watching just space battles is so much fun for me personally. So I'm really excited to see what they do with this.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. It says it's going to have great influence from the games and the books.
Oh, I
So
definitely get
that'll be
the
good.
Rogue Squadron book. There is a Rogue
Yeah,
Squadron book.
that'd be perfect.
$8 on Amazon and Barnes and Noble. You'll get it. That's
Oh
not.
wow,
I
that's
wasn't
pretty
paying attention
cheap.
to that, but that's one I'm definitely gonna pick up.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna get that as well. Do you know is that
And I
already
think
out?
actually, I want to say that the book, and if no, yeah, the Rogue Squadron. It's during. I think it's before It's before the new Jedi Order trilogy. Let me find it. Let me look at Rogue Squadron
Oh
book.
wow,
I know it.
X-Wing Rogue Squadron. The book was released in 1996.
So there you go. This book is as old as I
Hmm.
am, and it
Yeah.
has a pretty good rating too. I mean, Amazon. So it's basically just about the X wings basically, talking about and I hope that it's gonna be based on this, but it has Wedge Antilles coming back, and Wedge Antilles is the captain of the Tantive Four, who which is Princess Leia's private corvette. So I'll be curious to
That's
see where the
exciting.
X-wing movie goes because for the book of Rogue Squadron, basically it mentions them recruiting the new good pilots and how they're going into basically near suicidal missions. So I'm hoping Rogue Squadron will mimic that, and so I really hope that the
Heck
book
yeah.
does make a lot of, and I hope they make it canon because if they make that canon, they have to make part of Legends canon, and so hopefully we can start getting more Legends back in the canon, so my reading isn't useless. So,
Heck yeah. Oh, that would actually be really exciting. And I think focusing on the X-wing pilots, everybody loves X-wings. X-wings are one of the
yeah,
most memorable ships next to like TIE fighters.
yeah,
So
yeah. So
it's
that'll
exciting.
be cool. Oh yeah. And so I guess as a quick last minute segment, I'm gonna kind of go over some of these untitled movies real quick. I'm not gonna go on anything rumored, but these are basically movies that the directors lined up to go, but they just don't have what they want. So they got the Taika Waititi movie here. Um, Actually, I think I missed one down here. Okay, there is a couple more. So with the way this list is set up, I skipped over it real quick. There's a couple more lined up underneath it. I don't know why they threw this unknown show, uh, right, or the unknown Watiti movie in front of me.
Yeah,
So
kind
we'll
of
come
weird.
back to that. I'll come back to that. My bad. So first we also have Lando lined up, and they, in the picture on the article, it's really funny because it says Lando Star Wars, but then they show Donald Glover, and then they show Fat Lando right above it,
Yeah,
and so it's like, so they're wondering, it's like, will it be Billy D. Williams or is it gonna be
that's
Donald
amazing.
Glover? Are they
I'd
gonna
like
go
to see
young
more
Lando
Donald
or
Glover.
older? So,
I'd like to see Donald Glover. I think seeing a young Lando would be a ton of fun.
dude, Donald Glover, I
And
freaking love
I
him.
love
He's
Donald
so
Glover, dude.
good.
He's
That'd
such
be
a
fun.
great. Oh, he's just phenomenal. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
we probably won't go too much into it just because it's like,
Yeah, it's
where do you even start?
yeah, especially because they don't even know who's going to be playing it. So
Yeah, so we won't touch on it. And then we have Star Wars Visions, which is going to be an
hmm.
anime short story style collection they want to
Created by
do.
leading
And I heard
Japanese
that was
anime
interesting.
studios.
So I mean,
It's going to be an anime.
what do you? It's going to be anime, yeah, anime, the world's best anime creators, and offer a fresh and diverse cultural perspective to Star Wars. So I'm curious, and so they are the leading Japanese anime studios. So it's
That'll
going
be
to be out
fun.
of house probably for a lot of this. But I'm curious to where they're going to go with short stories. Are they going to go with more of an artistic? Because a lot of the anime, kind of store like these short stories, a lot of times they'll take a more artistic route.
Oh yeah.
Are they going to go more of like the wild and zany action series? That might be, maybe that would, I think it would be interesting because think about like most of these like real crazed like animes, like with all the crazy their powers and stuff. Maybe they'll be able to show the force being used in like some crazier ways. I really don't. I
That could
really
be
don't know what
sweet.
direction they're gonna go.
That could be really cool though.
So
Yeah,
that'll be intriguing.
I'm not too sure. Like you said, 10 short films. I mean, it'll be fun. I think that anime style is can be so amazing to watch, and it can look so beautiful. Like it can just be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
It's I'm actually really excited to see what they do with that. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Once we get a little bit more information on that, we'll
Maybe I'll
definitely have to
actually
do an
watch
episode.
anime. So.
There you go. Perfect.
But it's a gateway. This Star Wars Visions will be my gateway drug. But no. But anyways, I'm gonna outside of anime. We're gonna move on. And this is the project that I think I'm the least excited for because is gonna be a droid story. The reason being, and I mentioned this to Zach before we start recording, is if you've watched the Clone Wars series, basically there's an episode where a bunch of droids, including R2D2, go on this mission with this little guy. So it's basically it's all droids. And the only time the episode really, really heats up is when they find a clone commando who has amnesia. And I just don't know how it'll just be interesting. Like I like C3PO and R2's dynamic. I just don't know how they're gonna make an insanely, how they're gonna make a good movie about it. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm also very hesitant about that because droids are fun to watch for a while, but I mean, that's not something I want to watch a lot of.
Yeah.
I won't lie. It's so we'll see. I don't know.
All right, so now I'm gonna segue after those last few that we thanks ET Online for that great Watiti accidental barrier you threw in front of my face. But I'm gonna go back. So like I was mentioning a second ago and a few minutes ago was the Taika Waititi movie. I know he did the ending of season 1 for The Mandalorian, which was a pretty good episode. So it'll be
Yep.
interesting to see him do it. And I mean, they describe the guy as unexpected and here.
I
Here's
mean,
the quote.
he did like a lot of the Thor movies, the good, like he did Thor Ragnarok. He was the director behind that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
that
he's
was
I
super
really like him.
sci-fi, so
I
yeah,
really like him. I think that'll be
so
super exciting.
yeah. So they said that his approach to Star Wars will be fresh, unexpected, and unique, which I definitely agree. Although Kathleen Kennedy said it, I will for once agree with him because he's a good actor. He's made a lot of really interesting films, and I think he'll bring a very what I think he might do too is he might bring a more deeper look into Star Wars, which would be really cool. So,
Yeah, yeah.
scrolling down. I'll save the worst for last. We have, let's see, we got a Kevin Feige movie, Untitled. He did something else. I think he did a lot of the Marvel movies. So that
Yep.
might be like a big blockbuster blower upper kind of movie, maybe a big war movie. That
That'd
could
be
be.
sweet.
Maybe he could do a really cool like Yuzan Vong movie, something like that, where there's a lot of war and grit. That'd be really cool. But last and unfortunately,
Definitely
that
least.
could ruin it, is the Untitled Ryan Johnson trilogy.
Boo.
Spell Ryan right with an I. Never seen that before. If your name's Ryan, it starts with an I. I apologize.
Go drink some green titty milk, Ryan.
Yeah. Drink the teal.
Yeah.
Milk, Ryan.
Oh yeah, Luke. Yeah, Luke. Yeah, drink that green titty milk. I love it. Oh yeah, that's a good scene.
I need you to yell at the building.
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson, in all due respect to J.J. Abrams, is the worst director under Star Wars.
For Star, he's good for other stuff, but Star Wars, no. I don't want my expectations subverted. I just
J.J.
want
Abrams.
Star Wars, damn it.
J.J. Abrams, they hired him. See, here's the thing. If you look at just how J.J. Abrams did the movies, he did it just as J.J. Abrams would. He copies an old idea, he puts more explosions, and he makes $100 million. So that's just how J.J. Abrams does. He's not an original guy. If you want a movie like, let's say, like Fast and the Furious, J.J. Abrams probably would have done a good Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah, because they're the same thing over and over.
You copy the original, you add a new flair to it. That's it. Oh, we have Star Killer Base. Whoa!
Whoa!
Star Killer Base? You mean the Death Star?
No, it's bigger than a planet.
No, it's bigger. It's bigger. I promise. I'm sorry. It draws from a star. Like it's like. No.
Wow! Wowee!
But then Ryan Johnson goes the next level and is like, "Hey guys, do you know about the evils of capitalism?" And then I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like,
Oh,
"Is that
yeah.
Star Wars." Like and it's like, "Do you know what slavery works like?" It's like Ryan, why are you saying these things? He's like, "Because I'm gonna shove it down your throat." And I
Oh
get it.
yeah.
Slavery very bad. Capitalism that's a toss up for whatever side of I guess the political spectrum or philosophy you're on. But it's like when I watch Star Wars, Star Wars there is a lot of and especially if you look at the Wookiee race, you look at the Twi'leks. There's a lot of slavery.
Yeah.
There's a lot, Star Wars. There's a lot of capitalism. They talk
There
about
has to
the
be.
economy in Star Wars if you really read into like some of the books and then the movies and stuff. But it's like to basically make a massive political. Basically, a giant portion of the movie is political. Like there's a 30-minute scene there on that casino planet.
Yeah, and it was
It's all
horrible.
politics. It was straight up for politics, and no one cares. And that's why it's
Yep.
the least liked out of all of them. Because no one cares. Like, if you want to go on Twitter, Ryan Johnson, and bitch about capitalism, go ahead and do it there. But
That's fine.
And people shouldn't take this as like he doesn't like good messages. He probably likes slavery, and he probably thinks capitalism is better than that. Well, I do like capitalism, but at the same time, it's like I'm not.
I just don't want it in Star Wars. I know that for a fact. You think all the stuff is manufactured in Star Wars just for free? No, it's obvious. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say it. You can show. You can show the story. You don't have to talk about every damn thing and hold my hand through what you're explaining because you think that I have the brain of a 2-year-old. I can understand what you're trying to say. You don't have to come out and say it every time. Also, Ryan Johnson, I mean, he came up, he was like, you know what, we're going to have this chick Rose. Her sister died. So she's important now.
Yeah, she's enslaved.
Yeah, guess what she's gonna do?
To the capitalists, to the
She's
capitalists,
gonna
evil capitalists.
she's
But they kind
gonna
of link.
really mess up the ending too. You know, Finn's gonna save the day, but she says, "No, we can't fight hate with hate. We fight it with love." And then Ryan Johnson's like, "Now kiss, yeah." Everybody's like, "That's awkward. That's a weird moment. That's not Star Warsy."
It's like
It was weird.
Ryan Johnson. I just don't understand. Like he tries to take these themes. You know, you take something super evil like slavery. Okay, it is evil. I agree.
Hell yeah, it is.
But then
That's
they're like,
shitty.
look at it. Look at it. It's slavery. It's slavery. Rose a slave. Like, okay. And Star Wars, if you read it, especially in the Legends, slavery's a massive part
Yeah,
of the Star Wars galaxy. There's a.
it
You go
is.
into the Sith Empire.
Oh, the
next
Sith are
time
nightmares.
You go cosplaying as a Sith Lord. Remember, the Sith built their empire on slaves. Just remember
Bastards.
that. Remember that next time you say, "Well, I'm from German caste." Like, don't be saying that. That's all. Most of their populations are slaves at that point. And
Exactly.
it's just I don't even know. We could rant about this all
Yeah,
day.
yeah. We don't want to go too. So
Yeah,
that's
the Ryan Johnson hate
yeah.
part of the episode.
That's the last. That's the last of the new projects. Okay, that's those are the new projects coming out. Excited for some of them, not so excited for others. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you for the segue. I would probably keep bitching about Ryan Johnson.
so Josh, if you want to go ahead and segue us into our wonderful ending.
All right, everybody. I want to say that we appreciate everyone listening once again to Bounty Cast episode 3. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. In the comments, tell us what you want to hear. You know, we have a few topics planned out for the future. We're looking at doing a few movie breakdowns. As I mentioned before, we want to kind of look at some of those fan theories. In the last episode, we mentioned TikTok, and you know, although they steal your social security number, lots of good fan theories on there. So we appreciate you listening, and we look forward to you joining us on our adventure of the galaxy once again next week.